Shimano GE900HS, and the HS stands for hot seat. This shoe is the update from the previous gen GE900. Obviously with that HS label, it is aimed at racing. These shoes come in at $275 for the pair and are offered in sizes 38 to 48, or roughly 5.5 to 12.5 in US standard. So these shoes have seen a few key updates to give it that HS hot seat label. Most specifically, the carbon reinforced nylon midsole sees a hardness increase of 25%, allowing less flex of the shoe during compression and more power transfer when on the pedals. The Li2 BOA system allows for micro tuning, both tighter and looser as well. That's something that I actually really enjoy. It's really easy to reach down and just get a little less pressure on your feet for the climbs. The nylon ankle collar makes a transition from the old model to the new model as well. On the bottom of the shoe, you get the same tread pattern and Ultread soles. Another key difference in the new model versus outgoing model is the cleat tracks on the HS are just a little bit longer. I did some measuring with my calipers and I was actually only getting about 2 millimeters, which definitely makes a difference if you are used to running them further back and wishing you had a little bit more room, but I wouldn't say it's a huge difference compared to the outgoing model. When it comes to fit and feel of the shoes, the toe box is a little bit narrower. It's noticeable when you first put the shoes on, especially when transitioning from the old model. It's something you do notice, and I actually have quite a wide toe spread, and I can be critical on certain shoes of getting a smushed toe feel. While these were tight, they were not overly uncomfortable, or actually weren't uncomfortable at all, but I'll get into that here in a little bit. The padding on the top of the tongue here, or not, I guess it'd be the bottom of the tongue that sits above your toes, is a little thicker and provides kind of a more sandwiched feel, keeping your foot from moving around too much in the shoe. When it comes to color, there are two different color options. You have the white and black splatter that I have here, and then also an all black version. I obviously went with the white because they're sick. And speaking of white, you're asking, white shoes with mountain bikes, don't they get dirty? Well, they sure do. Here is the pair that I've been wearing the longest. You can see, I don't know if I can zoom in enough, but I got some B-roll I'll throw over. They're dirty. I mean, I just got back from riding Whistler and also a gnarly, dusty, dirty day up at Silver Mountain. I have worn them in the mud, but I've also cleaned them. And so I took the time before I came out to just do a normal clean as I would kind of monthly, I guess. There's definitely some scuffs, and I didn't take too much time to get into the tongue. I just wanted to do it real quick before this video. I've been cleaning these with a mixture of a few different things. I use a Scrub Daddy and Barkeeper's Friend. If you don't have Barkeeper's Friend for your shoes, black, white, whatever color, go ahead and get some. It's like $3 for a giant bottle. It lasts forever. Cold water, scrub it down, clean it up, and then I'll take a magic eraser and just kind of clean up around the toes or some spots that didn't come out. While all of the gunk doesn't come off, I'd say for being used since April, these are in pretty dang good shape. And speaking of shape, the soles on these shoes have held up super well. I run Crank Brothers pedals. I have the Matchmaker and a black shim in there because I like a lot of float. I can use these with no spacers and these Shimano SPD cleats as well. All right, so when it comes to actually getting out on the trails with the GE9s, very impressed. I traditionally have just been in love with the Crank Brothers shoes. I thought they were slippers and I could wear them all day. These are equal, if not, I would say more comfortable. They haven't broken down as much as the Crank Brothers shoes do. I noticed after about 3 months of riding on those shoes, they do lose quite a bit of that rigidity on the sole. Whereas these, I mean, again, had these since April, and they're still stiff. I would have to say maybe that has to do with the carbon nylon. You know, I don't recall off the top of my head what the midsole is on those Crank Brothers shoes, but they definitely do soften up over time, whereas these have remained almost, let's see, almost, yeah, I'd say like maybe 10 to 15% degradation in total stiffness. When first getting them on, depending on shoes, you know, you can run into foot cramps on those first few rides. Zero foot cramps, zero issues there. In the press kit, when I was reading that the toe box was narrower, I definitely was a little concerned, being someone that has pretty wide forefoot, and yeah, no issues there. Never really feel like my toes are overly squished. It is tighter, so like if you know you have to order wide shoes in general, I would say definitely test fit first to make sure they're okay for you. But overall, it hasn't been an issue for me. The BOA system and strap is awesome. I absolutely love BOA. I don't think I can ever go back to lace shoes now. The ease of just popping them open after a long day, leaving them on at lunch and things like that is just so nice. You know, we spend quite long days out filming, and so in between takes or hanging out after 10 hours in the shoes, it is nice to easily open them up. When it comes to sizing, I am pretty much always a 12 in men's US sizing. The Crank Brothers shoes, I do run a 12.5. These I'm running a 46 and they are dialed. I think I could go down to a 45.5 if I really wanted a snug fit, but I like a little bit of room in that toe area, so if you jump off the bike and have to run, you're not just jamming your toes into the front of the shoe. Heat-wise, been using them this summer, of course. It's been hot. It's a bike shoe. It doesn't breathe incredibly well, but it's also not a sauna. I rarely take my feet out and have wet socks from sweating. Only on the hottest bike park days where we're just running laps and laps. I'll definitely get a little sweat accumulation right where the strap is. But other than that, the toe box area does breathe pretty well, but also lets in water. I've had some wet feet on these. There's some nice holes here to let air in and out, so that does affect how waterproof they are, but they do have a Gore-Tex model, which I really hope to try this winter. I know we don't get a ton of rain here in Spokane, but on those days we do, it's quite wet and there is rivers you're riding through. So that will be fun to try a pair of waterproof shoes because I've never had those before. Final thoughts. One of the other differences I noticed, you can see in these, I'm wearing the old ones now, the strap itself is slightly thinner and slightly longer. So when I actually have these things cinched down, here, let's fast forward. When I have them cinched down all the way, I don't know if I can scoot back on the rock here, I do get quite a bit of strap hanging off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it is what it is. It's never really bothered me that much. If it really bothers you, I'm sure you can cut it off, burn the ends so it doesn't fray. Additionally, compared to the old ones, I hope I'm still in focus here, the spacing here between the tops of the shoe, like the sides that come up, is more narrow. Like, I guess, oh God, this is gonna be awkward. So you can see on the old version, I've got over 2 fingers, where on the new version, I have just under 2 fingers. I would say maybe that was designed to get the shoe to wrap up more and be more stable. It's not a complaint for me. And additionally, they've gone away from the external BOA, like plastic pulley wheel things, to having them internal so you don't see them. I think that's a cleaner look personally. But yeah, other than that, I would say the new shoes are very much the same as the old ones with those key small differences. When it comes to fit and feel, I think the new ones are more comfortable. That little pad above the toes just kind of makes it all cozy. And yeah, the stiffness is noticeably different, especially when compared to, say, the Crank Brothers shoes. There's literally no hot spots from day one. The new Fox Union BOAs, I've had some hot spots right on the top where that second BOA or top BOA lace is. And it's actually been uncomfortable, especially in the early days of riding. Once they break in, it gets better. But from day one on these, I had no complaints, no foot issues, and just have really enjoyed them. And hence why I wanted to make a video and take the time to talk about it. I guess that's about it. If there's any questions you have on these, go ahead and drop a comment below. I've got tons of time on them and have a fresh pair waiting to retire these ones after this season. And I'll probably just run these until they're actually delaminating and falling apart and save the nice new white ones for next year because they're freaking sick. But yeah, other than that, if you want to see more soft good videos like this with some of the gear we have, please comment below. Let us know. You know, these aren't the hardest videos to make, but it definitely takes time out of our busy schedule. But we want to make sure we're bringing you the most honest and true reviews and information. We do written write-ups on the website for all of our soft goods, and that's normally where the soft good reviews live. There will be an additional write-up for this video on the website. So if you want some more details and just want to check out the website, head over to theloamwolf.com. And until next time, we'll catch you out on the trails.